Animation allows an author to explore many different settings, with imagination as the only limit. Hayao Miyazaki takes full advantage of that, setting his stories in very different worlds, from post-apocalyptic to fascist Italy in the late 20s to magical feudal Japan. As a result, his movies are considered some of the most beautiful animations ever done. This video will look at his red thread. A narrative thread connects all his works and runs through the themes he explores. Miyazaki's stories always show two worlds. In each of his movies there are two contrasting worlds/realities that define the narrative. It may be the world of technology and the magical one, the world of man and the world of nature, the world of humans and the world of mythological creature, and so on. The story's plot always centers on the interaction between these two realities. Sometimes one of the two is a challenge to overcome. Other times it is just about accepting the idea the other exists. Other times still, the two worlds conflict and need to find a balance to coexist. One of the best examples is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, where the worlds are obvious. The world of humans tries to survive and thrive after an apocalypse caused by the other world, the world of nature, represented by giant mutant insects. The two worlds are directly in conflict, although it seems that one cannot exist unless it destroys the other. By the end, they'll have to learn to coexist and leave each other alone. Humans have to learn to respect and understand the natural kingdom, not just see it as a threat. This lesson is pushed by the protagonist, Nausicaa, a teen girl connected to the natural world. That brings us to the next point, the young protagonist. There is always the presence of a young person as one of the main characters in all his stories. They are children or teenagers that bring a new view into the story. They try to see a compromise between the two worlds. Usually they represent one of the worlds, but carry a completely new point of view by trying to understand the other one better. Pushing for a different approach, the entire plot moves around them and this new outlook as they try to work towards balance. The best example is Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke, which has to convince the world of human technology that the magical world of nature, represented by talking wolves and the forest spirit, an ancient being similar to a deer, in original is called a deer god, is not dangerous, but part of the world, essential for life on Earth. Therefore, even if humans cannot understand or explain its magical properties, they have to respect and live with it. This consideration brings us to the final point, the supernatural element. All of Miyazaki's stories have some supernatural component in some shape or form. Maybe it is a curse or magical creature, or one of the worlds might be represented by mythological being. It's an integral part of the plot that moves the story along. Often the protagonist has to overcome it as an obstacle. Usually it's not fully explained, having an aura of mystery around it, leaving the viewer without a complete explanation, but satisfied nonetheless about the story's ending. The best example is Spirited Away, where the protagonist's parents are cursed and are transformed into pigs. It's up to the protagonist, Chihiro, to find a way to break the curse. In this case, the supernatural element is even more present. The entire story takes place in a bathhouse run by mythological creatures like yokai, a typical spirit in Japan's folklore. This was a view of the red threads that connect all Miyazaki's works. In my opinion, Hayao Miyazaki is a milestone in the animation world. His movies are aesthetically beautiful and full of positive messages like collaboration, not to be afraid of what we don't understand but to respect it nonetheless, and take care of the things and people we love. Furthermore, his settings are extraordinarily creative and beautiful metaphors of our world. In the video description you'll find a link to a couple of films, so you can check it out yourself. Onward to the next author!